What happens when real veterans stop playing like gamers?
And start operating like an infantry squad.
What's going on, everybody? I am the Last Tour Guide, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Every month, we're going to be taking real military tactics and applying them into video games to find out if it actually works.
And your voices have been heard. We are going to move forward with a popular game called Operator.
We're going to be deploying live into Operator with veterans from G-Lid Gaming, Regiment, and the tactical gaming community to test one question. Can real military doctrine actually work in a video game? This is not a review. This is not role play. This is a field test. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Or not. This one's interesting, guys, because Operator runs like a tactical Milsim. It is extremely in-depth. Everything about this game requires communication, tactical movement, and room clearing. So this month, we're not asking if Operator is realistic.
No, this is called Operator.
We're going to be asking something much more useful. Can real military tactics actually make a squad better inside Operator?
So if this sounds like your sort of thing, be sure to subscribe and follow along now, because we're going to be going live.
Welcome to the field test, WARNO.
And for those of you who did not spend years in PowerPoint hell, a WARNO is a warning order. Basically, it's the tactical brief before a mission. So today, I'm going to break down the game, the mission, the tactics we're testing, who's going to be joining us, how we're testing it, and what I actually think is going to happen. Let's get into the brief.
What is Operator?
Operator is a game about SEAL Team 6 dev crew, and you're a small group of operators in a tactical shooter built for short, focused operations. Operator is mission-based. Every mission kind of has a different element. One mission, you might be doing close quarters battle. Another might have you moving through the woods on tactical patrols. And another one will have you in like urban environments, clearing house to house.
It's Dylan. I'm died.
And that's why this game is such a good test bed for what we do here, because real military tactics are not one single thing. It's not just room clearing, and it's not just shooting. It's not just moving in a formation pretending everyone looks cool. Real tactics are communication, leadership, movement, security, decision-making under pressure, but Operator gives us a chance to test a lot of those things in a short amount of time, which is a perfect example of why we're making this month's field test
Operation Trident.
So the mission is simple. Do military tactics actually work inside the game Operator? Not do we look cool, not if we sound like a real unit, but actually if the tactics work. Do we complete more objectives? Do we take fewer casualties? Do we communicate better as a team? Do we make better decisions whenever we're under pressure? Clear. Because that's the real test. And any veteran will tell you that Murphy's Law is real. So here's my prediction before we even start. I do not think that shooting is going to be the deciding factor here. Most tactical gamers can shoot. Most veterans can shoot. And that's not where this test is going to be won or lost. I think this entire field test is going to come down to three things: communication, leadership, and discipline. If we succeed, I think it will be because we communicate clearly, move deliberately, and maintain security when the average team would get impatient. If we fail, I do not think it will be because the tactics are bad. I think it will be because adapting real-world doctrine into a video game under pressure is harder than people think. SITREP.
Shit!
Oh, wow. You spoke too soon, bro.
Task 1. Communication.
Everyone's talking, no one's listening. Somebody says over there and nobody knows where there is, or somebody says left side and they're thinking, is it my left or your left?
You ignorant asshole! What the fuck coordinates you giving? You waste a lot of people up there with your fucked up fire mission.
What I plan to do in this series is we're gonna take what the military uses to call out contacts, such as the 3Ds. And if you're in the military or were in the military, you know what I'm talking about. It is distance, direction, and description. What we'll do is we'll use that in the game to see if it's effective. An example, 300 meters northeast, small arms fire. So that way it communicates to the team clearly of what we're trying to accomplish. Military communication is supposed to be short, simple, and effective. An example, contact front, move, set, clear, on your 6, holding, just simple communications. And although this sounds really cool while you're watching or playing, that's not the point of the test. What we're going to determine is this effective? Does it allow us to move quicker? And does it keep more people alive? And that's what we're going to find out.
Test 2. Leadership and command.
The second thing that we're going to be testing is leadership. Every mission will have one designated team leader, one person making the call, one person controlling movement, and one person responsible for keeping the team focused on the objective. This matters because when everyone is making decisions, nobody is.
Lieutenant, what's the plan? Captain Winner, sir.
And that does not mean the team leader's always right. It means there's a clear decision maker when things get ugly. In a game like Operator, where missions can shift fast, that may be the difference between a clean match and an absolute dumpster fire. So the test is simple. Does having a real chain of command improve mission success, or does it slow everyone down?
Test 3. Movement and patrol formations.
Next, we're testing movement. Most gamers naturally bunch up. It happens in every shooter. One guy stops and suddenly the whole team turns into a tactical traffic jam. Military doctrine says spacing matters, formations matter, movement discipline matters. So we're going to test whether moving like an actual team helps us survive. That includes spacing, maintaining sectors, switching different formations such as line and wedge as terrain dictates, not all dying to the same grenade because everyone decided to share 1 square foot of real estate.
Oh, fuck.
So the question we're going to be asking is, does proper movement actually reduce casualties in the game Operator? Or does the game move too fast for that level of discipline to even matter?
Test 4. Ring clearing and CQB.
Operator has a lot of close quarters scenarios, so we are absolutely testing CQB. But I want to be clear about something. This is not about looking tactical for the camera. The goal is to not LARP our way through a hallway. The goal is to survive and complete the mission. And we're going to be testing things like pine corners versus dynamic entry, threshold evaluation, sectors of fire, cross coverage, and what happens after the room is cleared, because clearing the room is only part of the problem. So the test here is simple. Does real close quarters battle doctrine make us safer and more effective, or does the game reward speed and aggression more than deliberate clearing? That is one of the biggest questions of this entire field test.
Test 5. Overwatch and support by fire.
Next is Overwatch. One element moves, another element covers. That's basic military doctrine, but in video games, people hate sitting still. Everybody wants to be the main character. Everybody wants to be the guy kicking in the door.
FBI, open up!
Nobody wants to be the guy holding security on window for 3 minutes. But Overwatch exists for a reason. If one team is moving, someone else should be watching the threat areas. So we're going to test whether Overwatch actually prevents casualties inside the game. Does it give the team more control, or does it just remove guns from the main fight? That is what we're going to find out.
Test 6. Security.
The final major tactic we're testing is security. And honestly, this might be where gamers struggle the most, because gamers love clearing the next room. They love chasing the next threat. They love moving toward the gunfire. In the military, we call this chasing the rabbit. And if you watch the previous video that I made, I am totally guilty of it. But real units understand that the enemy does not only exist in front of you. They can come from behind, they can come from upstairs, they can come from a hallway you already forgot about and maybe you already cleared. So we're going to be testing rear security, T-section security, stairwell security, and 360-degree awareness after objectives are cleared. So the test is, does maintaining security actually prevent unnecessary casualties, or does it slow the team down way too much?
Drop 4 of them.
So that's what we're going to be testing in our next live deployment of the game Operator. So here's how we're going to be measuring our success: mission completion, casualties, friendly fire, communication, time to complete objectives, team coordination, and overall effectiveness. And we're going to be able to determine this based off of, at the end of every mission that we play, there's like a grading system, kind of like the way Ready or Not does it, if you've ever played that. So that way we'll be able to see these results real time and see if they're effective. I'd also like to run a control test at the end of it, where we play like absolute gamers and not veterans thinking with the tactical mindset at all. So that's going to be like our control experiment if we have time at the end. We'll say a tactic passes if it consistently helps us complete the mission with fewer mistakes. A tactic fails if it creates confusion or slows us down without benefit or gets people killed. And some tactics might land in the middle. That is completely fine. Not everything is pass or fail. Some things are situational. And honestly, those might be the most useful lessons, because the point of this channel is not to prove that military tactics always work. The point is to find out when they work, why they work, and when they completely fall apart. We have people from G-Lid Gaming, we have people from Regiment Gaming, and we have other veterans bringing their own experience, background, and tactical habits into the test. It's going to be an awesome show. And that matters for this test, because this is not just me trying to force my way of thinking into a game. This is a group of veterans trying to solve tactical problems together in real time.
Son of a bitch.
Different backgrounds, different opinions, different habits, same objective. One squad, one live deployment, one question. Will the tactics work? That is when we take everything from this WARNO and put it into practice. We're going to adapt with dates and times, so be sure to subscribe to my channel in case that happens. I will update my community posts accordingly, so don't miss it. No scripted outcomes, no perfect highlight reel, no hiding the mistakes. If the tactics work, you will see it live. If they fail, you'll see that too. And that's the whole point. Then after the live deployment, I'll go back through the footage, break down the results, and put together the full after action review. That is where we answer the question for real. What worked? What failed? And what was situational? And that's what's going to get added to the Lost Tour Guide Field Manual to help you guys play these type of games better. Real veterans, real military tactics, one game, one question. Will they work? I'll see you guys on the drop zone. I'm the Lost Tour Guide, and follow at your own risk. See ya.